It's local election results day here in Westminster, and we're asking, can Rishi Sunak survive what could well turn out to be the Conservatives' worst set of results in 40 years? I'm Hugo Gye, the Political Editor of the Eye, reporting to you today from a gloomy day in Westminster. The local election results are still rolling in. We've just had confirmation that the Conservatives have clung on in the Tees Valley. That's definitely a big tick for Rishi Sunak. The Tories were worried they were going to lose that key mayoralty. But Ben Houchen, he has clung on. His majority was heavily reduced. He won 75% of the vote almost back in 2021. This time down to 54%. So it was a comfortable victory, but much smaller than last time. And that is a sign that the Conservatives really have gone backwards over the past few years. If you look at the results around the country, away from Tees Valley, they've suffered heavy defeats, lost multiple councils to Labour, lost actually around half of the council seats that they've been defending so far. These results are more or less in line with the national polls, and what they tell us is that if a general election were held today, the Tories would suffer a landslide defeat. The Conservatives are trying to put a brave face on it. They're pointing to a handful of councils that Labour would have liked to pick up but haven't managed to. But the truth is, it's been a very bad set of results for the Tories. There's one real glimmer of hope for Rishi Sunak, though, which is that questions over his future seem at this point to have gone away. What we're hearing from the rebel plotters who've been trying to unseat him is that actually, despite these pretty dire results, there's no real appetite for another leadership contest. For Labour, on the other hand, it's nearly all upside. Looking at the national polls, they've been very good for Labour for about a year and a half, ever since Liz Truss came in and sparked a massive markets panic and then lost her job after 7 weeks in office. Crucially, those polls are being picked up in real-life election results. Labour are winning councillors, they're winning control of councils, and it's pretty clear that unless something big changes between now and the general election, that Keir Starmer is on course to become the next Prime Minister. So it's been a very good day for Labour. Still a couple of question marks. Obviously Labour lost in Tees Valley. The West Midlands result, which comes through on Saturday, we don't know whether Labour have done enough to win that back off the Conservatives. And what Sadiq Khan's team is saying here in London is they're still not sure whether they will actually hold on to London. Frankly, it seems pretty unlikely that they're going to lose. Labour's very strong in London historically, and the Tory challenger Susan Hall seems to be pretty weak. But that's still a little bit of a question mark. There's also been a curveball. This year, for the first time in any set of local election results, Reform UK have put up a proper fight. They almost came second in the Blackpool South by-election, which was won by Labour with a huge majority. But crucially, they didn't. They got only 17% of the vote, even though Blackpool should be really quite fertile territory for Reform. I think a lot of Conservatives will be looking at that and saying, OK, Reform are a threat, but if even in Blackpool they can't come ahead of the Conservatives, there's a limit to how much of a danger Reform are going to pose when it comes to the general election.